Hello to everyone. This is an opportunity to present to you the SuccessTAB, owned by Chronicle Software Development Company. The SuccessTAB is a digital learning device developed to bring technology into education to make learning fun, interesting, and exciting, and to make the younger generations better researchers and divergent thinkers. Now, straight to the point, the Success Tab has five major components as you can see on the screen. It has the online classroom, it has the digital library, it has the social connect, it has the edu games, and it has productive apps. So we're going to run through these five components and then we terminate with one special feature that every parent or principal would love. So the online classroom quickly has components as seen, and of course because it's online there's some things that have to be connected to the internet. For instance, the Udemy tool has to be connected to the internet. You have to save stuff on Google Drive, as you can see here. Google Drive, you have EDX, another IT driven training center. It's also an online classroom. All these are packaged together for the kids to have further knowledge on learning outside the regular school environment. So it's like education beyond walls, as it were. And just to quickly show you something, like speed anatomy is fun and learning, talking about the human body. As you can see, it has the start for you to start, and then you click on start, and then it asks you a question, muscle, and then you want to look at muscle, you can pick that, you say bow, got it, precisely. You can see the blue button, and then it shows you different part of the body. That's just one of the things you have under the classroom, online classroom. We quickly go to digital library. Digital library also has different items that makes learning very interesting. You can see the biography, you can read about great men, people who contributed in one way or the other in their lifetime to the world. Adolf Hitler, we know what he did. About Einstein, we knew the inventions he made, and Frank, and the likes of them. You can just click on any of them, and then the child has access to know what the person did in his own time, and to inspire them to do likewise, and even much more than what these great men and women done in their own time. It also has a library where they can store their own books, notepad where they can make jottings and all that. The Purple browser, a wonderful browsing tool that parents should know about. It's so configured and developed in a way that it uses algorithm such that when you put any negative name of any negative site and all that, you get a pop-up blocker, boom, that makes sure that nothing is checked. So you see this page is blocked because of the content or the site that was opened, right? So we have that to make parents have rest of mind that even when the child goes online, they're protected. Now we have some key features here which we call the Success Box Jam, the Success Box JSC, and Success Box Wired. These are simulators to help the kids practice, have over 10 years past questions embedded and then in CBT format. So I quickly take the Jam as an instance for just to demonstrate this CBT pattern and then what it contains. So we have take a test, which a child can do quickly. Take a test, and then you have the speed test and standard test. Take a speed test, and then you can select the subject. We say maths, and then year. We'll pick one of the years of past questions, 2010, and then we say start. And then you start to see questions, and then you pick your answer. You go to the next one, and then you pick an answer, and then when you're done, boom, it comes here, and that is it. It shows you your score, and then what you've done and what you've not done. So that makes that. Learning makes the learning very interesting, practice, not boring, and the like. So home, and then we're back out of here. Okay, so quickly, we also see the same pattern for the JSC exam, WIC, just the same format, using the UBT style of writing exams. So we have take a test also, have standard test, and then you put the subjects as you want, probably agriculture, year will probably take 2009, and then duration 1 hour, and then we start. Same thing applies, and then you get your score. Okay, and then we are resume, and then we stop it, we're done, and then the result comes out here, exit. Okay, so next we have the local content that actually talks about the local learning curriculum. So we have for the junior secondary, we have for the senior secondary, all tailored according to the scheme of work for schools. So you have for JS1 all the textbooks embedded in here, offline, no internet needed here. We have for JS2 and we have for JS3 for the junior classes. We can pick any subject, so JS1, say basic technology, and of course, when we do this, you see the scheme of work. We can pick workshop safety and rules and regulations, and then the child can actually go through this. And at the end of each, you see an evaluation, you see reading assignment, you see the weekend assignment, and then the theory questions to test the understanding of the child after he's gone through that reading for that session. So we have all this embedded in the digital library. Now the social connect, of course, like we said, it's going to help kids learn in a fun-like manner, right? And then it's going to be interesting and exciting. Now we have the WhatsApp, we have Twitter, we have the Instagram, we have Facebook. Beautiful. And then we made it in such a way that this doesn't contradict the purpose why the device was actually made, for learning but making it interesting, not addiction to something else outside learning. So we configured in such a way that after 2 hours every day, this time's off by itself automatically. Once it's 2 hours by itself, it's turned off by itself. Not a device, but this particular social network turns off. 2 hours every day is what's given to the child. Now we have the games, learning. You have cut rope, you have the jokes, you have physics quiz, you have the Sudoku, you have words and the likes, like the periodic table, a very nice 3D way of learning the periodic table. That's the elements of the world: hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. You'll see the display, and each of these can give you full details about each element. As you can see, it's coming up. You can actually increase it a bit, and then you can turn it if you want, and making it fun for the child to see. Okay, so this is C. What is C? Carbon is non-metal, 12.0 in terms of atomic number. We want to see what it's all about, and then we say it's non-metal, belongs to the block P of the periodic table, and then discovered by Egyptians and Sumerians, and it's all listed there. From here you can see it has 4 electrons for those who are science driven, 4 electrons in the outer shell and then 2 in the inner shell. This is what the kids are exposed to learn more, even though it's in form of a game, learning in form of a game. So with that, we're sure that yes, these kids can get the best from this tool. And then we want to come to the Productive app. So Productive app has other content like the chess game, you have the calculator, you have the column notes for taking notes, you have the Google Drive, you have file manager where you can save your content, you have an email client, and the whole thing, messaging, school assistant, Scrabble, everything that can build the thinking level of a child, application level of a child, and the bundle French tool and the likes. Of course, they have a Bible for them to also read and probably do their devotions, as the case may be. Right, now, on final note, we have what we call the parental control. That talks about monitoring what a child does. So we understand that there are prone to download items or contents or apps from the internet. But here, what we've been able to do is, yes, they can download, but they cannot use, except there's a control, there's a permission from the parent to say, yes, I can see what you've done or downloaded. Yes, you can use it. So there's a smart lock that is always sent to the parent's email, right? And that's a code. When the child downloads anything and he wants to make use of that thing, it pops up a smart lock. And that smart lock means it needs a code to unlock it. So as long as that code is not available, the child cannot and will not be able to access the downloaded app or content. So with this, we've been able to ensure that to a very large extent that this tool protects the child from getting into something negative, and also to use it judiciously for their improved learning platform, and then making learning interactive from both school and his personal end as a researcher. And then finally, if you can see on the right hand corner of the tablet, you will see Wonder David. It's a way of saying for theft control, if a child's tab is missing, all they need to do is just put tabs on, and then boom, you know who the owner is. This cannot be erased. So thank you for watching this short video. I hope you've been able to get one or two things and see the benefits of using this tab for learning. Thank you. God bless you.